with Marc Gasol?
Yeah, he's cleared from protocols, but obviously hasn't played or practiced in a while, so he'll be out tonight, and we'll go from there.
Rick, what have you seen about Atlanta since they made the head coaching change at the beginning of the month? Is there anything you've noticed as they've gone on this winning streak?
Yeah, well, I think they're they're basically improved on the defensive end. I think getting Bogdanovich back, coinciding with the timing of the coaching change, is really giving them an uptick to their bench. I think Gallo's getting his legs under him. He's been unhealthy most of the year. And, there's been a recommitment to the defensive end.
And then, Frank, for you offensively, has there been more screen roll action of late, just with the personnel, right, without AD and with Trez and kind of boost THD? Has that been part of the plan these last couple of weeks?
Well, I think one of the parts of the plan, how we've adjusted, is in regard to using Trez more as a roller than a post player. We know he can score in both, but he really is an elite roller, and I think we've been seeing him more. So yes, I do think there's been more of a plan, to be more pick and roll heavy when he's in there.
Dan?
Hey, Frank, a couple quick ones. You said kind of we'll take it from there with Mark. You guys don't have a ton of time to practice. What is sort of the kind of immediate plan to get his legs back under him? And then secondly, go ahead.
Well, we can play 2-on-2s and 3-on-3s even on game days, and we'll be doing that to try to build his legs back up.
And then what does that kind of mean for Damian Jones going forward? His second 10 days going to expire here in a couple of days.
Yeah, no decision's been made on that, but he's played well, and we'll see where that goes.
Bill?
Hey, Frank, I'm just wondering, with the early start, what does the testing situation look like, or what did the testing situation look for you guys over the last couple of days, and how does that change your ability to prepare, or how does it affect your going into this game?
Can I say no comment to the testing over the last to prepare for this? We had to test at 11 p.m. last night. All of our players, myself, had to test at 11 p.m. So, I would hope the league, would be a little more flexible with afternoon games, but they weren't. So we tested that way, and then we all had to take a rapid test, clear a rapid test before we could enter the building today.
Kyle?
Hey, Frank, I know you're just talking about the Hawks, but in regards to Nate McMillan, you were talking last time you guys played about how you kind of expected some of the changes that they'd had, and obviously now he's head coach. When Nate left Indiana, did you have a sense that he would, obviously you can never predict how these things happen, but did you have a sense he would be back pretty soon in some kind of opportunity?
He expressed to me that he was probably going to take a year off. That was our conversation prior to the Hawks calling, the opportunity coming available. That he was content, taking some time off, and if he coached, he'd be interested in being an assistant coach, and that was his intent going there. It's just it's a tough business. You get put in difficult situations, and you have to make the best of them.
Dave?
Frank, is there going to be any plan to honor Rajon Rondo today? And what, looking back, what did he mean to your guys' championship run?
Yeah, there will be a tribute today. I'm not sure exactly what point in the game, but there will be a tribute today for Rajon. And, he was pivotal in our overall identity last year, who we were as a group, a high IQ group. And, obviously during that playoff run, he had some spectacular performances that helped us win a championship. So, it was a great personal relationship of mine, getting to coach him for a year. A great experience for me. And, obviously the Lakers will always be grateful for his contributions helping us win the championship last year.
PT? Brad, you are on mute.
Sorry about that, Frank. My question to you is about Markieff Morris. What kind of versatility does he bring as a starter to your team?
Well, you used the word right there, the versatility. He's got the size and strength to bang with bigger players, even at the center position. And then offensively, he has the ability to play as a roller, to post, to offensive rebound, and to bring 3-point shooting to the table. So he's a complete player on both sides of the ball, and he's a big part of this recent uptick in our play.
A couple more. Eric Williams.
Hey, Frank, you mentioned that Damian Jones was playing well. What do you like that you're getting from him at the start of the game in terms of what he's bringing to the table?
He plays with great energy. He's a pogo stick around the basket, so he's gives us a dynamic, a verticality with his lob catching ability offensively, and defensively, he's really picked up what we're asking him to do within our pick and roll defense and our coverages, and provide some length at the basket. From a shot blocking standpoint. So, he's played well for us.
Thank you.
Jovan, go ahead.
Hey, Frank. You guys have been first in bench scoring since AD went down. I'm curious what you think has been, obviously more offensive opportunity, but just kind of the way the bench has stepped up, especially recently.
Yeah, well, I think of late in particular, Trez is coming off the bench, but playing more like starter minutes. I think that's part of it. And I would say the same thing with Kuz. I think moving Kuz, to the bench and starting Keith has really given us consistent play in the middle of each half, when second units are typically out there. And, I would credit those two guys, but our whole bench has played well. Wes has been playing well of late. Talen's had some great performances. AC being back in the rotation helps us, and our bench has been good.
Last one, Bill has a follow-up.
Hey, Frank, just back to Rondo. Obviously, he brought such unique qualities and intangibles to your roster last year. Are there areas where you think you've been able to kind of replace what he brought to the table? And then what are the things that you just can't replace?
Well, I just think he's such a unique player. His mind is unlike any player that I've ever coached, and then that the league has probably seen. He just has a unique lens on the game. And, I think that's something that you cannot replace. But, some of his playmaking ability and defense, all those things have been replaced with Taylor getting more opportunity, Alex getting more opportunity, Dennis being in the fold and being a big part of our team. But Rondo's unique. That's one thing that I've always felt about him.
Thanks, Frank. We're all set.